Bell Akuma Space. It's been a while. I hope everyone is doing fine with this quarantine and stay at home. I believe everybody is doing well. Well, today we want to learn something about how to prepare or how to preserve vegetables, fruits in these hard times. And today we will be taking okra. We will use okra for our illustration. I believe most of us, in especially in the tropical areas like our country, Ghana, we don't know how to preserve them because when we go to the markets, we find it cheap, we buy them, but when later on we take it home and then we see that it's rotten and all we have to do is to throw them away. But now today we want to learn how to cut them and store them and then save money as well. I believe most of us are home, we are not working, so we want to make good use of our money. We don't want to go to the market and buy stuff and later on then we dump them in the garbage or throw them in the bin. So today what we are going to do is how to cut our okra and then put them in the freezer and then use it later on. You can use it at any time you want to use it. Especially most of us are working mothers and we don't have time to be cutting okra every time we want to make an okra stew or anytime we want to prepare an okra soup. So the best way to preserve them is to cut them into pieces and then put them in a freezer bag and then store it in your refrigerator or in your freezer, or as Ghanaians we say in your fridge, not in the freezer, to make it very hard that anytime that you want to use it for your stews and you just bring it out and then start using it. So today we will start by washing our okra. Yes, it's good to wash because when you go to the market you don't know what we have in the market, especially with this viral season that everything is going out around in our marketplaces. We will start by washing our okra, clean them nicely, neatly. And then we have our freezer bags. We have the little ones, and we have the big ones, and we have the small ones. So in any way that you want to do it, you want to store it by storing it in small pieces or by large quantities. It depends on how you want to use it. Either you use it in a big bag or in a small bag. So by doing so, you just take your okra. You cut the head, just cut the head, and then you go this way. Always try to use a chopping board. Do not cut them on your fingers. Do not, because I know most of us, we were trained that way. Our moms trained us to how to cut the okras on our fingers, but then it's not advisable. You may end up cutting your finger and blood will be coming out. You don't want nobody to suck your blood or nobody to drink your blood. So you need your chopping board, you need your knife as well, and your okra. So as I first did, you just cut the head off and then you cut your okra into pieces. Just cut them into pieces. As I'm doing now, cut them. I know most of our ladies know how to cut okra. So, but then just for an illustration, you cut your okra into pieces. So by cutting your okra into pieces, you end up getting a large amount of them. It depends on how much you're going to buy. It depends on the quantity that you are buying from the market. You can choose to cut everything. Do not leave even one, because if you leave it there, you become lazy. You cannot cut it and then you end up throwing it away. But we want to save money. So after cutting everything, by cutting all your okra, you take your freezer bags and then you put them in the bag, as I'm about to do now. You put everything in the bag. Just put everything in the bag. Get everything in the bag. And then, after that, you clean your surfaces, you clean your place, you wash your hands. Wipe your hands. Clean it, and then, voila, we get our okra, and then we dump it in the fridge. So you can use it at any time you want to use it, especially our working moms. When you come back from work and you know you want to eat this okra stew, you are craving for it, but you feel lazy cutting your okra, you already cut them in the fridge. So you just have to put your saucepan on the stove, and then you are good to go. You have your banku, you have your gari, everything that you want to use it for, you have it. So tonight my illustration is just a simple illustration how to save money and how to preserve our vegetables from getting rotten or getting spoiled, so that we dump them in the freezer. I learned last week things were so expensive in the market that when you go and buy okra, simple okra, just small 5 pieces, will cost you about an amount of money which was not reasonable. But now that everything is under normal, just go to the market, you go to Abobloshi or Malata or where you want to go, you buy them in large quantities, and when you come home, you just chop them as I was doing. Just chop them, and then all you have to do is to freeze it. That's it. You don't have to worry about it. It can be in the fridge for months, 2-3 months. Since it's in the freezer, it's not going to spoil. You're not going to throw anything away. But then you have to make sure everything is cut into pieces before you put them in the fridge. I hope you are going to share this video for all our moms, our working mothers, our sisters that are working, to be part of it, because it makes good sense to cut them and save money for the family. I know our men are trying, but then we also have to help them to save money. God bless you. You can subscribe to my channel, Akuma Speaks, on YouTube. Anytime you want to learn something new, just go to my channel, subscribe onto it, just set on the bell, and then anytime that we have any new tutorials to have it. God bless you for being part of Akuma Speaks. Peace. Shalom. Bye-bye.